Table 2 is a first round match in the Poison mixed doubles. Here we go with the fun doubles. It's SVB and Savannah Easton against Sakura Miramatsu and Noki Oi. Best of 3 sets, races to 4. I'm Mark White, and joining me in the booth for this one, the lag that is Eric Corlifson. Hi, Eric.
Mark,
Oh, it's not.
I'm going to take the blame for this one. I will take 100% blame. That's what I told you it was, but we're flying kind of last second here. So sorry. Yeah, we have a women's open, Seyberts women's open match between Sofia Mast and Zhang Muyan. My apologies there, Mark. I led you into a bad one.
No worries. Things happen, mate, with live TV. What do you expect? Of course, we have the odd hiccup every now and then. So Sofia Mast against Zhang Muyan. Still going to be a great match, this one. Same format. Best of 3 sets, races to 4.
Yeah, Muyan's always an entertaining player to watch. She won the mixed doubles with Oliver Sholnaki in, I can't remember if it was Vietnam or Indonesia, Mark?
Yeah, I think it was Vietnam. She had a great run there. Terrific player. Beat Kelly Fisher as well, I believe, in that tournament.
And I kind of remember looking back and thinking, you know, for a player to come out of nowhere like that and do so well in an open tournament, it's a rare thing. But I did a little bit of research on her, and she's in the top 5 in the world in women's hayball. I didn't know that. And I even remember thinking, kind of watching her style of play, like, wow, she's really aggressive on the pocketing. It's because she's used to pocketing under much tougher conditions in hayball, so she's a very entertaining player for those of you that haven't seen her before.
Smart shot there from Sofia Mast, the pink dagger. I must say, I was looking forward to SVB and Savannah Easton. I mean, I can't believe the results that have come. I've watched the results coming from the men's World 8 ball. And Shane Van Bonen, the 2023 champion, is out already, 2 and out.
I know, it's hard to believe.
Clidio Kachi. I can't believe it, Eric. One of the favourites.
Yeah, Xia She Chen had a good match against him in the first round, beating him 8-7, had about 5 or 6 break-in runs along the way, and I have to assume if Claudio beat him, he had some break-in runs too, but, I mean, that's a real shocker there. But we are going to kick off the mixed doubles today, just not this round. It appeared on the draw that this was going to be a mixed doubles match. Got 3 tournaments going on at once now. Men's World 8 ball, mixed doubles, and the Women's Open. What a hit by Muyan there.
And we've got the battle of the pink gloves. Sofia called the Pink Dagger. That's her nickname. I'm not sure if Zhang has got a nickname or not. Now then, this bank is on, Eric. We just finished our banks tournament. Didn't take it on, though. I don't know if you caught any of the final, Eric, of the banks, but what a final it was between Fedor Gorst and Jason Shaw. Came right down to the last bank in the deciding rack. Really was a fabulous final.
Yeah, I did a couple matches of Shaw's. He was really just kind of laying off and playing a bit of a different style, considering we're playing into 4 and 1/8 inch pockets. A lot of the bank pool that's been played in the past was on 4 1/4 minimum pocket size. But yeah, we got to see a lot of good safe play, and maybe Shaw, one of the players that you wouldn't have picked as favorite before the tournament started, definitely had a good outing.
Yeah, and he had quite a run as well. very, very difficult opponents. Beat Billy Thorpe in the first round. Sky Woodward lost to Roberto Gomez, came back and beat Gomez in the semis, and then played Gorst in the final, and it looked like Shaw was going to win it. But anyway, enough about Banks. It's over. It's finished. Fedor Gorst has a check for $15,000 in his bank account.
See if Sofia wants to try a long jump here. So she's going to kick at it. I mean, let's not forget, Mark, Sofia coming in at 16, maybe 17 years of age at oldest, and hanging in here with the best women players in the world, not just hanging in, finishing in the quarterfinals of the Women's Las Vegas Open. Just exceeding expectations every time she comes out.
Yeah, junior champion back in 24 in New Zealand, beating a rival Savannah Easton in that one.
One ball corner pocket.
$27,000 on offer to the winner of the Women's Open. $15,750 to the runner-up. 64 players. Double elimination. This is a really cagey opening, Eric, isn't it? We've been on this one ball for some time now.
Yeah, about 5 innings in. No progression yet.
I think this is where Sofia Mast has changed her game. She's not necessarily as attacking anymore. Her safety game has really come on a bundle just recently, and I think that's one of the reasons for her success that she's been having just recently. It's going to ball in hand here, Eric.
Again, a fairly open table. A little too much angle here. Going to take some left spin to get over straight on the 3. Looks like she's considering taking more angle, which will be okay. Doesn't want to end up on top of the 9. It's okay there. Shot going forward 3 rails, favoring the thinner part of the pocket, keeping the energy in the cue ball. This 9 ball is playing a lot of havoc for overall position, having a ball kind of right in the middle of the table. A lot of positional tracks involved through the middle. She can stun in front of it here. 2 rails back.
Another great attribute of Sofia as well is her confidence. Very, very confident player. She's not scared of anyone. She knows she can mix it with the best of them.
Yeah, I really picked that up off of her, and just kind of a natural ball pocketer too. It's such a strong skill. I mean, there's players that play with a little more finesse and maybe a little more tightness on the cue ball. But when it comes down to those mid-range pots, she makes them just as much as the very top players in the world. Kind of similar to Kelly Fisher, that type of style.
Yeah, she's grown up playing with some great players as well, hasn't she? Jasmine Ocean, Kelly Fisher, Alison Fisher, Christina Tkach. Lots of great players on the winning circuit at the moment. Pia Filler, world #1 now, Pia Filler. Margaret Fefilova beginning to make waves, just won her first WPBA event as well, just recently. So the women's game looking very strong, Eric.
Again, even if you take a look at the list of mixed doubles teams, which is going to be a fun event as always this week, there's 16 teams that can win that event, and it's because of the strength of the women.
Yeah, so big safety battle at the beginning of that, which Sofia won. Forced a mistake from Zhang Muyan and taking the opening rack. Very calm and cool as well, she is.
She gets about average results on the break. Wants to kind of improve that part of her game, and I'm sure it will over time.
Yeah, I mean, the 10-ball break with the hand rack, never easy, Eric, is it?
Absolutely. You can't really point to one player that's really solved it.
This is the break that players tend to go towards, though, breaking from the side. Gives yourself a chance of making the one in the side, which she has. Made the 5 as well by the looks of it. And she's banging straight on this 2-ball, Eric, and I think she's okay just to kind of hold the cue ball where it is for the 3. So this is a chance early on. Everything in the open.
Good hit there. Tough to avoid the double hit, did so nicely. Gonna need some right spin if she wants to hold for the side pocket. Gonna need some left spin if she wants to come over for the corner. Kind of in between both shots. Played the running spin, usually advisable.
Just seems a little bit easier, doesn't it, Eric, to play that with left-hand spin rather than trying to check the cue ball with inside.
Yeah, it helps the pocketing angle. It usually trends to being a running spin around the angles too.
Left herself a bit to do here, though. Will she take it on? Or is she going behind the 7? What do you reckon, Eric?
It's close again. The problem with taking it on is you'd want to run the cue ball between the 8 and 9, and when it's coming back off the short rail, it's coming right in line with the 8. The safe is kind of a two-way. The 6 can line up with the 10, and the cue ball can get behind the 7, so I think she did go after it. Ran into the 9. It's going to line up for a combo. It has. So, pressure pocketing earlier here for Mast to try to take a decent lead in the first set. It's going to involve some speed and distance. Toughest shots on the table here.
Yeah,
So
didn't
tough,
threaten
Mark.
the pocket there. tough shot. It's kind of a similar shot to the 6 that she played. Just seemed to hurry the stroke slightly there, Eric. A little bit snatchy. Wasn't her smoothest stroke she's ever played.
Yeah, she is quicker on the way back on the whole motion and a little shorter on the whole motion. I was saying kind of similar to Kelly Fisher. Good shot there from Muyan. Kind of similar to what Sofia had to play. She was a little closer to it, so it was a little easier on the pocketing, but still tough. But yeah, this is our first chance to see Muyan in kind of open table play, and she's a real sniper. And she'll go after real tough pocketing shots too.
Smashes in the 10 ball. I'm loving the flares that she's wearing, Eric. I used to wear them back in the 70s. Referee Dave Pearson racking the balls for us.
Were you a Bee Gees fan, Mark?
I was a Bee Gees fan. I often used to try and sing their songs on karaoke. I wouldn't advise it, Eric.
It's tough.
A few games still going on in the women's 10 ball open. Keep you up to date with those, but if you want to check them out, guys, any info you need, probilliardseries.com. Big break.
Yeah, cut them a little bit so it didn't get a big spread, but kind of seemed like the rack could have spread better regardless.
Yeah, kind of shuddered the centre of the rack, didn't they? Didn't really open nicely. Push out called, of course, after the break. The player at the table can call a push out. You can push the cue ball anywhere you want on the table. You don't have to hit a rail. You can hit any ball. But of course now, after pushing to that jump shot, she's trying to lure her opponent into taking on this jump shot. She's not interested though, gives it straight back to Sofia Mast. So she will be going airborne with the air rush, and it's pink, of course. The trademark pink ponytail as well. Good contact, Eric. Look at this cue ball again. She's going to be hooked behind that 10 ball once again. Now she's running back for her jump cue.
Yeah, just a small skill there to, if you kind of recognize that you could be behind another ball, just bring both cues with you. It's good though, still lots of time left. Oh wow. Oh.
Dear oh dear, what a shot.
5 seconds to set and just fired it in.
Yeah, nothing on the 2 ball, but she's still at the table, that's the main thing. Yeah, played that well as well, Eric.
Yeah, another jump for Mast here. Small risk of hopping the long rail. She doesn't hit it properly. might be a gap between the 8-10 here, Mark, and she's looking at it. Not quite a full pocket. I think she might try this. Nope, not enough pocket. Some good tactical plays from these two ladies in the first 3 games. Two balls going to be out in the open here. Gets far enough or it's not going to be available into the top right.
Yeah, simple but effective shot from Zhang there. Cue ball tying behind the 4 ball, forcing Sofia to use the bridge. Kind of like going 2 rails at this. You've got more chance of getting cover if you... she's misjudged that one, Eric.
Yeah, I agree. 2 rails is the play there.
Safety battle, this time won by the young lady from China. Love her style, she just gets on with it, doesn't she? Sees the shot, plays it.
Yeah, very attacking, kind of almost freewheeling when she's in open table play. No one's as fast as Centeno, but kind of gets into that type of play speed. The racks have been a little more tied up in these first 3 games, so we haven't really seen her in full flight, but definitely has a big offensive gear. Cheska's here this week, Mark. Always a treat to watch her play.
Yeah, always entertaining, Cheska. And of course she's playing with Jason Shaw in the mixed doubles as well, which is, for me, a dream partnership to watch. 2 very attacking players, both lefties. I think they're going to make a very, very good combination, those 2. But there's 31 other teams, all with a chance, you never know. With the Scotch doubles, oh, what's she done here? She's played a loose one there, Eric. I think she was trying to play the 4 into the 8 maybe, or the 9, to halt the progress of the 4, but it didn't work.
Yeah, the 5 doesn't pass the 6, so we'll see what Yan has in mind here. Can go off the right side of it, just doesn't want to bank the 5 into the 6. There is a lane between the 6-10 to get it moving towards the short rail. That's going to find the window, and a chance for Mast here to get on 2 first.
Can she hit enough of it, Eric? It's tight.
Yeah, maybe not from the body
I don't
language.
think she can.
No.
Yeah. Called the opposite corner. Bottom right as we look.
Got safe.
Oh, little roll there. I say little, it's quite a big roll, that one. Caught the double kiss. Oh, it was on for a second. This is still on. It's a tough shot. We'll need the bridge, I think, or the extension on the back of the cue, one of the two.
Yeah, these are the kind of shots that Muyan goes for. I mean, this is a high percentage safe, but she's not afraid to just fire at these balls, and she makes them a lot. Not this time. Paid the price there.
Yeah, I think she was a little bit quick to make up her mind there on that one, Eric. It wasn't as easy as she maybe thought it was. Overcutting it, losing the cue ball. Another chance for Sofia Mast here.
Yeah, I think the difference with her is that she's used to pocketing into rounded pockets, which obviously the requirements are so much higher on those rounded pockets, and she kind of just feels like these straight cut pockets are, for lack of a better term, kind of a joke, or, you know, she can really pocket the balls easily. I feel like that's how snooker players think too when they get on American pool tables. But if she's able to kind of just find the right balance of when to play safe and when to be offensive, I feel like she'll be one of the most dangerous players on the women's tour.
Friendly little bump on the 9 ball. Just hasn't got that cue ball under control to perfection just yet. Early days, first round of course. This will be her first match on the table. Should be okay now to take a 2-1 lead.
Look out. Pockets have tightened up here on the Pro Billiards Series, even on the ARC tables now down to 4 1/8. And you're going to see a couple more misses like that. Sofia really can't afford those against a player of Muyan's strength.
Yeah, that was a bit sloppy, wasn't it? Left herself very thin on this 10, a lot more thin than she would have liked. No problem though, in it goes. So should have been Sofia enjoying a 2-1 lead, but it's not. Young lady from China, Zhang Muyan, goes in front by a rack. Some matches already finished for you guys. Some results. Kristina Zlateva from Bulgaria seeing off America's Ronette Chop in straight sets. Amber Chen, 2-0 win over Lisa Blanchette. Yuki Hiraguchi from Japan, 2-0 winner also over Judy Stevens. Olivia Cheng, 2-0 over Ada Leo. Rubelin is in town as well, another great Filipino lady. Bit of a legend, actually. 2-0 winner over Laura Kanov. Being hung 2-0 over Karen Lincoln. Wang Wanling going down 2-0 to Brianna Miller. It's a little bit of a shock. Back to this one.
Again, not quite getting quite as much action out of the rack as I think she deserved there. But yeah, going down that list, you can hear a lot of American women names that don't make it out to the Pro Billiards Series as often. Just having some more events in North America is going to be very good for North American women and men to get the feel of international competition.
Yeah, some other great players coming through as well, like Ashley Benoit. Very, very good player. Starting to make a few waves on the women's tour. Jordan Helfrey, also another great young American. She had a nice 2-0 win earlier on today. Brittany Bryant has been embroiled in a real battle, Eric. A young lady from your part of the world. 1 set all there. And Brittany 3-2 down in the deciding set. So the best Brittany can hope for is a shootout. Remember, guys, if we do go to a 3rd set and it gets to 3-3, there is a shootout.
Yeah, Brittany's been coming on stronger in the past few months. 7th place finish at the last WPBA event. Sofia wants to avoid the 9-10 coming back here. Looks like she can to the inside of it. Does so nicely.
Yeah, gonna have to leave yourself. It's gonna have to leave yourself a bit further away from the 8 ball here, Eric. Can't really come back too much.
Might be forced to play the 9 on the side now, and that's just coming over and taking a look at the vantage point there.
Good strike, that. Right in the heart of the pocket. Love that smacking sound that the Predator Apex tables make. This time negotiates the 9 better than she did in the last rack. So this 10 ball to draw level at 2-2. Oh, Sofia. Why so hard? Do you know, Eric, if she's got one fault, it's that jerky little action that can go wrong at times, a bit like Kelly Fisher, as you said earlier on. Sometimes it's just a little bit too snatchy for me, though, and it's cost her that rack. And now on the hill, Zhang Muyan have 2 gifts in a row. The 9 ball in the last rack, the 10 ball in that one. She's having a smile about it, but I'm sure that's only surface. Inside, I'm sure she's very, very unhappy with that 10 ball after having done all the hard work. Now, you may remember a young player. She was a junior world champion, Hong Jingyu. Well, she's had a great result this morning against Eylül Kibaroglu from Turkey. She's beaten the Turk in straight sets, 2-0.
Good, and good to see her traveling a little more internationally. She'll definitely be a part of all the Pro Billiards series overseas. But looks like she has some backing behind her now to come over to North America.
He changed the break there, Eric. Came to the centre of the table but broke off the rail. He's got a much squarer hit and it's worked for her. She's made a ball and she's nicely on the 1-2 though. Could prove a little bit of a problem. Has a 2-3 combo if she wants, Eric. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think she might be forced into the combo here. Can't really hold the cue ball underneath the 2. 6, 7 are playing pretty big coming across, but she might be able to come in front of the 6.
Well,
I mean, she's the
has
type of
changed
player that could
dramatically.
take this off.
I'm just looking at taking it to the bottom left as we look, Eric, on the overhead. That's
Yeah,
just a
always
little
tough.
bit careless shot though, Eric, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was tough when you're trying to draw safe. The feel on it just increases a lot. Sophia's made 2 mistakes near the end of the rack so far. So definitely looking to get back on the right track here. Gonna need some left spin to get closer to the 5. Looks like she's straight enough to hold to the left of the 7.
Really needs to capitalise on this now. Not just saving the set, but it'll do her confidence the world of good if she can run these last 4 balls out. Every chance of doing so now. Slightly the wrong side of the 7.
Yep, just gonna have to accept a little more angle on the 8. Look out. I think she was trying to come to the other side of the side pocket there, Mark, and she missed a 10 similar to this in the rank previous.
Can't see her missing this one, Eric. Oof. Wasn't clean, but it's in. She saves 1 set point.
Sounded like some claps coming over from table number 1 and a possible shootout developing over there.
Yeah, it is, Eric. It's 3-3 in the deciding set, so Brittany Bryant has hung in there. She won the first set 4-3. And then 4-1 set, I believe it was, in the second set for Shasha Liu. That's ended up in a shootout.
Open look for Muyan here. Gonna have to find a way back past the 3. No straight, but she can draw straight up the left long rail. Nicely struck. It's her forte, those higher speed shots. Tougher pocketing. Tried to get a little closer to the 4 there, ended up a little further from it than if she would have played it in the top right. Bottom right, pardon me. Still on it here. Just firing balls in at high speed, Mark.
It's kind of her forte, isn't it? We've spoken about it before. She does love to get on with it. She likes to hit the ball as well. Doesn't want to leave any chance of the ball rolling off, that's for sure. And doesn't mind leaving herself a bit of distance either.
Yeah, again, I think it's that hay ball mentality. Just used to being under tougher pocketing conditions. Nothing really scares her.
I think she's okay here.
Yeah, it's so deep in the pocket, I think she'll be fine. Probably going to look to move the cue ball back towards the 8 in the same pocket. Surprised she slow rolled that one. It's off angle now.
He hasn't really found a great cue ball just yet. But on the other hand, she's not missing anything either. And this is to take the first set, remember. Well, a mistake this time from Zhang. And this is a touchy little shot, this, to roll it into the bottom left as we look.
Oh, these shots are so much tougher than they look. Really want to hit them at medium speed, but she's not able to here. Just off, but she's got an okay result with the leave. Not much here from Muyan. I can't believe how quick she gets up to these balls. Yeah, she's going to have to think for another second about this one.
It looked like she was getting down to play the straight back bank on the 9 ball for a second. A little bit close to the rail for that, I think.
I'm worried that if she goes to the left of it, cue ball's going to catch the point. She can bring the 9 back 2 rails. Yeah, just decided last minute to really play the most containing safe she could. All the options were tough there. You'd really want to avoid playing this safe because there's a lot of danger to it. She didn't have much. Mast's going to try a bank to stay alive in the set.
Cue ball. Oh, what a horrible 10 across to the side pocket. This is tight on the rail as well. Bit of pressure on this one. Yeah, didn't really fancy her to pop that one. Not after previous shots, Eric. It was a tough one, that.
Any little bit off there, it's going to be trouble, and it was.
She's asking a bit of movement in the crowd. Yeah, that guy with the beard there. Just going to ask him to.
Good for her for saying if something was distracting her. And regrouped well.
Yeah, well done. After the little distraction, Sofia Mast decides it's the time to take a little break, go and think about things. Eric Horlerson and myself, Mark White, will be back as soon as the players come back. Zhang Muyan deciding she wants to nip out as well. So we'll leave you with some stats to enjoy, guys, and we'll be back with the second set very, very soon. See you. Very warm welcome back to the Regency Hyatt at the Arch here in beautiful St. Louis. I've got some amazing facts actually about St. Louis. Really, really interesting place. Myself, Mark White, here with Eric Hallefson.
Huge spread, but nothing down.
Yeah, they seem to spread a little bit better, those, Eric. Not the best of sets, that one for Sofia. I think she called the one. Of course, she's made the two, so it's a wrong pocket. And well within her rights, Zhang here to put Sofia back in, which she's done. No damage done, Eric. Got away with it.
Yeah, cue ball behind the 6 can play okay here, but nothing offensive for Zhang. Gonna have to go all the way to the top short rail, I think. Contact. We'll see if the 4 passes into the bottom left. Looks like it does from that overhead. Muyan over on the angle to possibly play over into that area.
Yeah, imperative she gets a nice angle on this 3 ball.
Pretty good. She's not going to be able to hit the second rail, so going to have to float the ball about 8 feet down table. But really just try to hit the gap between the 8-9. Get the speed right here.
Didn't even take it on.
It must not go if she didn't take it on. Still like being the first one to shoot the 4. Bit of an odd play there.
Well, huge win for Brittany Bryant. Done so well to pull it back to a shootout. 3-1 down she was in the deciding set. And she's beaten Xia Liu in a shootout and goes through to winners round. Xia will have to go the scenic route.
Good for her. She's kind of been just a little stalled out in the last couple of years. She made the final of the Pro Billiards Series 3 years ago and hasn't made the final 8 since. But she's a talent player from Canada, works hard at her game.
Yeah, had a couple of years, didn't she, where she lost her father and took it very badly, of course, as you would. I remember losing my father. It's quite a shock when it finally does happen to you. And I know it took some getting over for Brittany. She was very close to her dad.
Yeah, and I think she related a lot of what happened with pool with her dad. Her dad was the one that introduced her to the game and came to a lot of tournaments with her. So, yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that takes a little time to get over, no doubt.
I think she's also on the board now of the WPBA, which is good for her and good for the game.
Yeah, she is, and the Canadian Association. Does a lot for junior pool in Canada. Actually made a foundation in the name of her dad to raise funds for junior players, and they raised, I think it was close to $15,000 last year to support junior players traveling internationally. More safe play from these two, neither really being able to extract ball in hand quickly. A lot of them have ended in a ball in hand.
Yeah, this 4-5 together is a big reason for this safety battle. The 4 obviously doesn't go. And it's kind of the wrong way round, isn't it? If the 4 was behind the 5, it would be much better because you could play a nice safety off it, Eric, but it's a little bit awkward where it is. 10 ball going close. So we'll be respotted. No early 10s anymore in the Pro Billiards series. It really has evolved actually over the last 4 or 5 years, hasn't it, Eric?
Yeah, they've listened to a couple things from players that they'd want to see, and I think all the changes have been proper. Considering the short races, you don't really want to see any games ending early. Even from the onset, 10s off the break counted, and we had a couple sets where people were making multiple 10s and the set being over within 15 minutes.
It actually happened in a final with Mario E and Roberto Gomez, I think it was, where there was 5 early 10s in the first 5 racks. Well, wow. After all that, Eric, the 4 ball did go.
Yeah, it went off the 5. Muyan just thought it was going to push off the 5 into the long rail.
That's a good shot.
Nine's pretty close to the right long rail, so she'll be looking at ways to not shoot it in the bottom right. I like coming above it here, Mark. Especially playing into such tight pockets.
Yeah, well, I'd like to play the 9 into the same pocket as the 8 balls go in. Oh, she's caught it. Didn't want to do that, Eric.
Yeah, a little over top of the 10 as well, so just kind of struggling at the end of the racks, and it can play in your mind. She is queuing around it, actually, so gonna make it a little easier here. Good recovery.
Yeah, with what's gone before, she's handled that very, very well. Could have been a potential banana skin, that 9 ball, but she's overcome it and got off to a good start in this second set, and she needs to push on now. So we do have lots of great stuff going on, guys. We have the men's 8 ball. We have the beginning also of the Poison mixed doubles, which is always a fun event, Eric. I saw Brittany Bryant has teamed up with Skylar Woodward.
Yeah, looks
Interesting
like
partnership,
that's going to
Eric.
be a threat. Yeah, it's going to be a threat for sure. I was going down the list and I counted about 16 teams that I thought could win the tournament, and that's a lot.
It's half the field.
Exactly.
Another great partnership I spotted, kind of under the radar, Han Yu and Moritz Neuhausen. That's a really strong pair. Moritz is playing some great stuff at the moment. Han Yu, we know, of course, multiple world champion. Very, very capable player. It all starts 6:30 this evening, guys. Table 1 starts out with some previous winners. Kelly Fisher and Alex Kazakis are up against Aloysius Yap and his young lady friend, Silviana Liu from Indonesia. That's your table 1 match for 6:30. 4 tables streamed. Tables 1, 2, 3 and 4. And on table 2 it will be Sakura Miramatsu and Naoki Oi up against Shane Van Boning and Savannah Easton. And unbelievably, it's Shane's last opportunity of winning anything here. He was in the 8 ball, he was in the banks. Still can't believe he's out of the 8 ball. He's one of my favourites, you know, to win it this year for a second time.
Yeah, I wonder how he'll take the loss. I mean, he's lost hundreds of times in his life, but it'll either be kind of a redemption tour or maybe a bit jaded throughout the event. But I think he likes playing with Savannah. They did well in the World Team Championships. And I think Savannah's to a point where he can trust her a little bit. Sometimes Shane gets into a little over-coaching when he feels like he doesn't trust the partner. But that should be a good team.
Playing the combo here on the 5. 4 in the 5 once again. A big issue in this rack as well as it was the last.
Tempting on the bank here, but
Eric.
Yeah, I don't mind laying off. She is going to go for it. She's got to hit it with some speed to get it 3 rails around the 10. Yeah, I didn't like playing at this speed because she's going to be forced into another bank, but she's there. This bank is easier than the last. Bigger pocket, can use the short rail on the way in. She's good. 2 banks in a row for Mast. Maybe we'll get her in the Master Showdown next year, Mark.
I was going to say, maybe we should have a women's bank showdown as well. That would be fun. This is when she's at her best and most dangerous, in my opinion. When she just gets on with it, doesn't think too much, keeps that rhythm going. She's very much a rhythm player, Eric. As soon as she starts to slow down a little bit, she develops that little bit of a stabby action. Just needs to keep flowing. This is good stuff from the American. I suppose we should expect the odd stab here and there. Her name is the Pink Dagger, after all.
Out for the side.
Ooh, slow up cue ball. She's okay.
Yeah, it was in line with it, but a little short of pace.
Appreciative round of applause from the local crowd. Doubles her lead at 2-0. Now let's talk about Mr. Iceberg, Justin Bergman. Eric had a long time out of the game after COVID, didn't really travel too much, didn't play too many tournaments. He's been playing a lot of Ultimate Pool, and it's great to see him here at the Pro Billiards Series. Played in the banks, did pretty well. He's going very, very well in the 8-ball. What are his chances, Eric, of going all the way? He's known as being a great 8-ball player, but more on a bar box. Don't really know too much about him on the 9 foots, do you?
Yeah, well, he's capable on the 9 foot. I think the only thing that holds him back a little bit is the break, but in saying that, he broke and ran 4 to close out the match yesterday. I mean, it's just kind of one of these myth players that you always hear was one of the top players in the world, but we never got to see him play. I mean, with these Pro Billiards Series events back in North America, you're going to see some of these American players that maybe aren't super high in Fargo because they don't play the international players as much, but they're more than capable, especially players from around Bergman's age when there was a lot of competitive pool going on in the US. I mean, he's a fighter, he's talented, and you can see what he produced even in the banks, not being really a known banker, but just kind of using his heart to produce some good results, and he made it to the semifinals out of the 16 best bankers in the world. So I'm excited to see him play on the Pro Billiards Series, and kind of the Americans just coming out of their, I don't know how to say it, coming out of their shell a little bit because they don't get to travel internationally as much. But yeah, keep an eye on him this week for sure.
Yeah, I always liken the American fans to the Filipino fans. You know, they're very, very patriotic. They really, really do come together and support their players. And it's, I don't know, I've never really, it's hard to explain. Being an Englishman, you know, it's a single sport, right? It's not a team sport, and you know, you're more or less playing for yourself. But with the Americans and the Filipinos, it's like they're representing their country every time. And just going back to Justin Bergman very quickly, I think with the home crowd, he is from St. Louis, I think with the home crowd, it just could be like, you know, that's something a little bit extra. He did say in a Facebook post that he really did feel the pressure in the banks when he had his chance in the semi-final. He felt that the crowd were, you know, really rooting for him, and he didn't want to let them down. He found it a little bit of added pressure, but I'm just wondering if he could turn it to his advantage, Eric. We could see Justin Bergman go a very, very long way, and that 90 grand first prize would come in handy, wouldn't it?
Definitely playing for one of the biggest prize funds of the year. And yeah, just kind of getting under pressure early, and whether he succeeded or failed, I mean, even getting to the Final Four, there was pressure spots that he came through in. And, you know, definitely positive signs being stuck in his first or second round 8-ball match there, making that comeback. There was pressure involved there, so he's been under the gun already this tournament. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'll play all the events in the US, and it'll be good to see him back. Undercut here. Not gonna leave an easy one. Yeah, not afraid to go after these.
Yeah, needs something like this to get back into this second set. Sofia trying to get on the hill to square it all up. But one set each. Once again, Eric, bit of a loose cue ball from Zhang. It's not her greatest asset, is it? Her cue ball control. Just a little bit loose at times.
Yeah, I think she just puts it more all in on the pocketing. Again, just coming back to that she's not afraid to pocket tougher shots. But over the course of a whole tournament, you'd want to see her tighten up a little bit on the cue ball control for sure.
No, not this time.
And that's what I was saying, Mark. You know, if she is able to get just a little better in certain spots, she'll be very, very dangerous. And she has all the coaching available there in China. Long history of world-class players.
Well, I think the jump cue's going to come out here, isn't it? She's opened up the 7 as well there with that shot, Sofia.
I did like the jump too, but looks like she's going to kick out of 2 rails, try kick safe, get underneath it.
Oh, got close as well. Just flicking the 7 ball there. It was on its way.
Sofia can overcut the 6 here and try to line the cue ball up with the 10. Just looking at the pocketing angle, I really don't like it because it's tough to get good on the 7.
Unless you come short side on it, Eric, like that. That's not bad at all, is it?
Sure.
Oh dear, no, 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 no. Well, that's the worst possible outcome. Not sure what she was trying to do there. I think she was focusing more on the cue ball.
Yeah, definitely.
The 7.
Saw her getting quick in her stroke again.
So she's let Zhang back into this second set. Had a chance to be on the hill, but now it's 2-1. Nothing in it. Now, something interesting came up for me, Eric. Justin Hall played the banks. He's a great banker, as we all know. He was down to play the 8 ball, but he's forfeited both of his first 2 matches. I'm wondering why he did that. Have you heard anything on the grapevine?
I didn't, but I saw that as well. Yeah, I couldn't really comment as to why. I did notice that though. Billy Thorpe has 2 wins in. Or some more American hopes.
Yeah, I saw Darren Appleton went 2 and out. Sad to see. Jeffrey DeLuna beat him 8-0 in the second match. So Darren is out. I'm sure he was looking forward to a half-decent run.
Yeah, I think whenever you see those 8-0 score lines, you're assuming that the opponent ran minimum 5 of the 8 games. And you really just have to kind of dodge those matches where players are just dominant over you. You know, even if you get to 2 or 3, you can say that you likely had a few breaks that didn't hit well or a couple mistakes here and there. But anytime there's that big separation, especially in 8 ball, just very likely that the opponent got very offensive.
Are you a fan of winner breaks in a race to 8, Eric?
I mean, I think the only reason that it's okay is because we're playing hand rack. If we were playing template rack, I wouldn't like that in 8-ball. I think it's just going to be too offensive overall. And they did actually play the World 8-Ball Championships winner breaks with tap balls before. I played in it. And I mean, the amount of 7 packs and above was staggering. Players were just absolutely destroying the, break and run percentage. I think the only reason it's acceptable is because it's hand rack and it's unlikely to run more than 4 or 5.
Yeah, good point. Have you commentated any 8-ball games yet? I haven't done any myself just yet. Where have they been breaking from, Eric? Where's been successful? Are they breaking from the side? Are they breaking head on?
Well, I did 3 matches, and so there's 6 players involved in the 3 matches. 3 of them broke second ball, believe it or not.
Wow.
And I heard that Moritz was breaking second ball too. I really don't think that break's going to win the tournament. And the player that I saw it hit it the best was Roberto Gomez. He won the match. But the other 2 were around 40, maybe 50% at best in making a ball. And we all know that hitting second ball jams up the rack a lot more. So I don't know who gave them the memo or what kind of coincidence it was that we've barely seen anybody break second ball over the course of the 3 times that they've held the tournament, and now those 3 did. I heard Moritz Neuhausen was breaking second ball. So just kind of, I don't know.
Well, it hasn't worked for Moritz Neuhausen because he's out as well. He got beat on the hill by Alvaro Canoniga from Spain. Oh dear, what's she done here?
Yeah, too much angle. Yeah, I was actually just reacting to the fact that he's out of the tournament. But yeah, I don't know what that second ball break's going to end up like. Good save. Muyan's going to fire at this, no matter how far it comes off the rail.
Yeah, it's bounced off the rail quite a bit, hasn't it? This is very makeable. So Savannah just failing on the last couple of balls again, Eric. We've seen it a few times in this match so far. Oh, just gets it down. And as you say, she was going to be firing at that all day long and fires it in and squares it up. She's a set up and 2-2 in the second, and she has the break back.
Yeah, Masters faltering a bit overall. About the 4th time near the end of the rack that she's made a mistake late. But you know, Mark, she's been to the quarterfinals of 2 Pro Billiards Series now. Current World Junior Champion. Seems to do well in mixed doubles. She knows how to win. And again, I was alluding to her strong pocketing. It hasn't really happened in this match, but she's going to be a good player for years to come. Nothing on the 1 here. I actually don't mind kicking at it 2 rails. Cue ball's likely to come over to the right side of the table if she hits the bottom side of it, and there's a big wall of 5 balls over there. This is too easy. as
this is on, isn't it?
fun. Nah, I think it's a little thin, but the safe is too easy.
Yeah, even left a bank as well. Possibility, but as you say, Eric, the safety was just too easy. Not going to put any pressure on your opponent. Playing shots like that. I was just looking at the loser's side. You've got Dong Kwok Hong, Piers Labutis, Wojtek Shevchik, Oliver Sznonocki and Sanjin Perlivanovic. All on the loser's side already. Perlivanovic, the 2023 runner-up to SVB in Austria. He lost 8-2 to Carl Gnaderberg from Estonia, the young Estonian, in round one. Oh, that's a good hit. Very good hit.
Yeah, everybody fighting to get down to the final 32 single elimination stage in the men's World 8 ball. And that'll be settled in the next 2 days.
Yeah, 8 days, 4 tournaments. I kind of like this set up now for events, Eric, on the Pro Billiards series. Invariably we get 4 different tournaments. I think 8 days is a nice little run of tournaments to get those done. It's a pretty full schedule, but it works well and it gives that variation, doesn't it? We've got the men, the women, the doubles, the banks, Women's Open, and the mixed doubles. It's a nice little mix of different disciplines. Variety is the spice of life.
Yeah, and I'm sure for the players that are traveling from overseas, they're happy to have more than one tournament to play in.
Yeah, it just makes that flight and hotel cost a little bit more appetizing, doesn't it? When you know all your eggs aren't in one basket, so to speak.
Good try to get the cue ball behind the 5 here, but she's going to leave it. Distance and power involved in this one for Mast, and she's failed a couple times powering up. Good shot, kept the power down nicely there, cued it nice and low. Cue ball still going to the left off the 3, probably gonna have to come 2 rails back towards the 4. Relying on pocketing again. See, the one danger in relying on your pocketing like that is that you have to put more in on actually making the ball, and then you can get further and further out of line. We saw Muyan do that a couple times. Mast is going to get back in line this time, but in certain spots you just have to consider trying to stay properly in line and close to the object ball.
such a huge part of the game, controlling the cue ball. You always find the players that do the best are the ones that can control it the best. You can only keep potting so many difficult balls. As you say, Eric, normally it snowballs, makes it worse and worse and worse until finally you're completely out of position with no shot. Finished dead straight on that 7, so couldn't really get ideal on this 8 ball. It's another big shot. Managing very well though.
Yeah, a couple mid-range pocketing shots for Mast in this run-out. She looks like she's going to get through it here. And possibly onto the hill in the second set.
Caught that one beautifully. Got past the side pocket this time. She's certainly working hard for this, Eric, but it does put her on the hill.
How are we doing with our St. Louis facts, Mark? Any trivia that you can make me look bad on?
Well, I haven't really got any questions for you, so you're safe in that. But I might be able to turn a couple of them into questions to try and trip you up, Eric. But you know I wouldn't do stuff like that. Are you familiar with the rapper Nelly? I'm sure you know Nelly, Eric, don't you?
I don't think so.
What about the Sugar Hill Gang?
Yeah, I know. It rings a bell, but I don't know much about them.
Rapper's Delight. So the hip hop to the bing bang bodies, back to the rhythm of the boogity beat. I got half of it right. Very famous song. That one. Well, rapper Nelly, who you haven't heard of, born in 1974, he's a proud St. Louis native. 5 years after he was born across the river in East St. Louis, a local radio station made hip-hop history when it became the first nation to play Sugar Hill Gang's classic Rapper's Delight. And I actually, just to take that a stage further, I actually had the Sugar Hill Gang on my radio show in Estonia. I used to work for a radio station called Energy FM. I used to do the breakfast show, and I had the pleasure of having the Sugar Hill Gang on my show, and then I took them sightseeing during the day, showed them all the sights. I've got some great video of it actually. It's on my YouTube channel, believe it or not. And then I went and saw them performing concert at night. It was a real treat for me because they were part of my years growing up. Anyway, back to the pool.
When you said rapper, I thought you meant candy wrapper. So I was off track. I was off track from the beginning. But yeah, I do know who Nelly is, the rapper.
I thought you would do. The Sugar Hill Gang were famous for many, many years, and their song still gets played on radio, and they're one of the only rap groups that have never said a profanity in any of their songs. They prided themselves. Their mothers actually told them not to swear on any of their records, and they never did. Which is quite an accomplishment on its own, isn't it? Compared to what today's rapping is like.
have room between the 5-8 here. Gotta find the window. See if the 1 passes.
Does
the
it
8.
go?
I believe it does.
It does, Eric.
Yeah, she has to have a close look at it, but I think it does. 2 balls locked up with the 10, so tough position here. Likely position for a
one
save.
Important rack. Very important rack, this one, Eric.
Could be okay to stop the cue ball behind the 10, and she's up quickly, so I think she is. Got the coverage. Right long rail still open for the cue ball.
Oh dear. Oh, doesn't want to make it.
Gonna have to make this one, because if she doesn't, it's probably gonna end up right over the pocket. That's about all she could do there. Any kind of higher speed cue ball had a risk of falling through it. Tough spot here. She can hit it thin enough to keep it on that side of the table. The 8 will block the top left. Good shot. Might even got full coverage from the 10. She did, so Muyan in an underdog spot here. Possible to get through this rack. 5's available. She can get the cue ball in a similar angle it is now. It's going to play nicely up the right side here.
Oh, Sofia.
There. Got the cue ball exactly where she wanted on the 5, just caught it a little thick. Good chance for Muyan to force the hill in the second set now.
This was always going to be a tricky tie for Sofia Mast.
Underdrawn this a fair bit. She'll be okay, doesn't really have to do anything with the cue ball. afraid to lengthen her stroke out a little bit when she needs more power.
Yeah, another rack goes. And Sofia had a chance, as she has in all of the racks so far. Just too many mistakes, Eric, at the moment from the youngster.
Yeah, more than we're used to seeing. Could have been a little bit worried about hitting the 8 where she was from the 5. Go ahead.
Got a little question for you, Eric. St. Louis is home to the world's largest chess piece. How tall do you think is the world's largest chess piece? So, you know, like a pawn or a king or a queen. How tall? Tell me in feet. You can have a few minutes to think about it while we enjoy this rack.
Depends if it's a statue or if they're actually trying to move it, but I'll go with 15. How about 15?
That's not a bad guess. It's actually 14 foot. It's a king, and it weighs 11,000 pounds. It's located at the World Chess Hall of Fame in St. Louis. It's 53 times larger than the normal size. Good guess. You've redeemed yourself, Eric.
Jeez. I'm okay. I survived another day on the trivia. Jump here from Muyan. She's made a couple in the match. Great shot again. Only going to have the right side of the 2, but she could play the cue ball over near the 3-5. Wonder if she has enough of it.
She had plenty of balls to try and get behind, but she hasn't. She's left an open shot for Sofia on this blue 2. Oh, has it stuck its nose out? Maybe not. She's looking at her.
Yeah, yes, it has. So two safes with big walls involved. It didn't go right.
Might even make this 2 ball, Eric. No, didn't try it. Had more of the 2. But does get a good telling safety in here. So Sofia is going to be kicking at this one.
Distance. She's got it, Mark. How's the speed? A little overdone. Can still make the 3. I don't think the 4 is pocketable. In the bottom right.
Just want to apologise, guys. Eric Hallofson is in Toronto calling the match. I'm in Thailand. And there is just a slight delay, and we may just talk over each other from time to time, so apologies for that. We're trying to keep it down to a minimum as much as possible. Not always easy, but it is the new way of commentating. Both players struggling now, Eric.
Yeah, and the 4 is going to be the factor going forward in this hill game. If she gets kind of straight on it, she could stop the cue ball behind the 7 and bank the 4 around 3 rails. Looks like she is going for that play. Smallest chance it's available, and if it was ever available from any angle, it would be this one.
Yeah, she could play the 5-10 as well afterwards, if she can make this 4 ball. No, she couldn't. Oh, that's careless. Shouldn't have been anywhere near the 8 ball with the cue ball.
Just going to have to run into the 5 now. But a chance to win the match here. Still on offense, but a tough one, stunning across 2 rails.
I get the feeling if she can make this one and get on the 6, it should be match over. She's played it tremendously. Good angle on this 6 ball now to get over for the 7. Doesn't matter if she ends up straight on the 7, that will be okay as well. She does have angle. And all of a sudden, Eric, from that just slightly sloppy safety from Sofia on the 5 ball, she left to look at it.
Options of side or corner here. I like the side.
Natural angle, taking her up for the 9. Wow, what a turnaround in this rack. So this 10 ball to secure victory in straight sets over Sofia Mast. I think the story of that match, Sofia just made too many mistakes. She's going to have to clean up her act slightly if she's to go any further. She'll be fighting through the 1-loss side. Congratulations to Zhang Muyan. She moves on through the winner's bracket from Eric Hallofson and myself, Mark White. Thanks for your company, guys. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.